What is going on then, everybody? I hope you're all doing absolutely fantastic. Welcome back to another video here on our channel. I'm the FIFA Analyst. Today we are bringing you a full rundown of our custom tactics, the meta custom tactics, the most effective tactics available to get you the most amount of wins throughout the team of the season weekend league. A lot of you guys have been requesting this since we've been back and uploading, so obviously I want to go ahead and provide that to you. I have been playing FIFA over now the last couple of days, kind of get back into the swing of things, trying some different stuff. So I just kind of want to go through, talk you through what I'm using, how I'm using it, all of the game plans and absolutely everything like that. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We do also stream over on twitch.tv daily, Monday to Friday at 9 AM and 5 PM UK time on the weekends. Twitch.tv/FIFA Analyst is the link for that. It's in the description as always. So then, this is the team that we've got at the minute on our RTG. We did pack team of the season Rashford from our guaranteed Premier League pack, which was a dub, so we're very happy with that. We start in the 4-3-3 formation. I have to explain this with every custom tactics video. I don't play the 4-3-3. It is purely there just for chemistry purposes. All right, so that's what we started. So let's go ahead and walk you through everything. This is going to be what I start the game in, what I may move to the game in, what I use if I'm 2-0 down, what I use if I'm 4-0 down, and all of that sort of stuff. So let's go ahead and jump straight for you guys. So the first one that we use is the 4-2-3-1. Do I think it's still viable? Yes, I do. At the minute, the most meta custom tactics, let's say, are kind of whatever you want it to be. Anything can work. Remember, don't take all this for gospel. You may need to take, some of it and kind of tune it to your own game because everyone's play style is different. But the most effective kind of formations at the minute are the 4-4-2, the 4-3-1-2, the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, the 5-3-2, and the 4-2-3-1. 3-5-2 has become a little bit more popular as well recently, but that's kind of your go-to stuff. The 4-2-3-1. When do I use it? When do I think it's viable? The 4-2-3-1 for me is my fullback bread and butter formation. It's what I've used for the last few years on FIFA. It's very simple. I know the attacking patterns like the back of my hand. It's very neutral. It's very balanced. What does the formation offer you? It offers you stability, goals, and everything really. It's a perfect package in my opinion. However, it's not going to get you as many goals as, say, a 4-4-2. So you do have to bear that in mind. So I run balanced on here. I run 4 width. I am testing out 7 depth, right? Recently in the FIFA community, there's been a lot of talk about how running 6-7 depth, you kind of get an auto offside trap at certain times. I've been looking into it, and you do get it when the opponent, say if the opponent runs to the 18-yard box and turns back and lays the ball back. When you are running a higher depth, it does seem like your defensive line is pushing up slightly. However, I was looking at it and I'm kind of not a massive fan of it from what I've seen so far. Purely because it just seems to be at inconvenient times. Sometimes they're not all in sync when they do it and so on. But I'm testing it to see if it's something that I think could be viable for me and possibly for you guys in the future. I run balanced, completely neutral in the attacking width and players in box at the minute with a 4-2-3-1. How does this formation play? How should you be using it? Ideally, what we're going to do is when we're coming out from defence, we're going to start our attack out on the wing, so out to the fullbacks, right? You may lay the ball into your right attacking mid or your left attacking mid. You then look for a ball back to the CDM or the fullback for a ball down the line. That is your easiest outlet. Why do we want to do that? We want to do that to take out the centre mids, essentially. So for you, as I said, you have the ball with your centre back. It's Reece James for me. We distribute it out to Tavernier. Tavernier into Rashford. Rashford may send the ball back to Seedorf or to Tavernier. And then when you do that, you send him on a run with an LB or L1. He goes in behind. You look for that through ball. If he then tracks that through ball down the line, say he's covering with his fullback, just run forward with your fullback and then play the ball into the middle to your cam, and then your cam pulls the strings. He goes out to the wing or he finds a striker for the ball in behind, and that works really well. That's kind of how you start your attacks. When you're in the middle, don't be afraid with Dybala to recycle back to either one of these centre mids. Use that triangle really well, and use your more attacking minded centre defensive mid to go on that darting run through the middle and give you another option. If you are just attacking with these players, the 4-2-3-1 will feel very stale and very basic. You have to use that centre mid in that role as well. It is, however, good at keeping possession, tick-attacker, counter. As I said, it does offer you absolutely everything. Player instructions, we do run balanced on our striker. Get into the box for our 2 cams, outer cams this is. I prefer, say if I'm running down the line with Rashford and getting into here, if I'm looking for that swept back across, I want Ribery there. So that's why we do that. That's the reason behind that. For our CDM, we have our more defensive CDM on cut passing lane, stay back while attacking and cover centre. More attacking CDM, balanced and cover centre. And our fullbacks we have on stay back while attacking. And that makes that nice and easy. So that is the 4-2-3-1. As I said, very good, very solid formation. I'll use that to start off with a lot of my games. If I'm ever unsure on how good an opponent is, I'll use it to start off with. And then I'll change if I feel like I've got the advantage or if I want to just be a little bit more attacking. Now, the 4-4-2 is our next formation. To me, this is the 4-4-2 second variation, actually. It is one of the better formations on the game. I find it very easy to score goals with this, purely because 2 strikers makes that very, very simple. So you're going to see a bit of a difference here in how I set this up. I run pressure on heavy touch. Balanced, as I said, defensive style makes it very neutral. Pressure on heavy touch is down to the game and determine, is that opponent going to take that heavy touch? Bear it in mind, because sometimes your left back and right back may press up without you actually doing anything if they think the winger's going to take a heavy touch. So it can be a little bit of guessing game on when your team's going to press and when they're not. But I feel like it just gives me that little bit more of a presence. That's the reason why I run that 4-4-2. This formation, when do I run to it? When I want to be a bit more attacking, maybe I'm losing 2-1 in the 60th minute. It's not too aggressive, but it's a little bit more than the 4-2-3-1. Again, I'm testing out the higher depth. That's what you can see there. Long ball on the offensive style. Long ball is essentially a very easy way to play out from the back. All right. So long ball is telling your players constantly to run in behind, whether that's your striker, your right mid, your left mid. You know, it wants them running in behind purely because it's saying play the ball over the top, play the ball down the line, along the ground, and we're going to go for it. So it's a little bit different to say running fast build up, because fast build up is telling your centre defensive mids, your left mid and right mid, and left back and right back to all run up and start the attack as quick as possible. Whereas long ball is more about distributing the ball from here to here in kind of one sweep in motion. So a little bit different on that front, but does work really well. We're going to have both strikers on getting behind here, purely because we want that quick counter. We want these guys to be looking for the 1-2s between each other and making those runs in behind, and that's how we use the strikers. This formation, for me, similar to the 4-2-3-1, you want to use your more attacking CDM to go on that run forward, but play it like this. Ball into the left mid. If you can't find the strikers, if that passing lane, you know, is covered, go into the centre mid, work it over to that side. Can Dybala get past his man? No. Work it back in and basically zigzag your way till you get into the 18-yard box, and then someone will be able to get a shot off. You'll find your right mid and left mid get more goals in this formation than in the 4-2-3-1 if that's how you kind of line it up. I have the right mid and left mid on come back on defence and get in behind. Come back on defence because the 4-4-2 is quite attacking, especially obviously you know, the way most people have it set up. So I just have them come back to stop the counter attack to make it a little bit easier and stay back while attacking on the fullbacks. Same with the 4-2-3-1. One of my favourite formations on the game, very easy to get going. The 4-3-1-2 at the minute, you'll see another video on this throughout the weekend. We do run press on possession loss here. I'll just screenshot that for you so you got that a little bit easier. Long ball, press on possession loss. The 4-3-1-2 is essentially the 5-3-2 killer. Very, very narrow, very easy to overload through the middle. Makes it very difficult for the opponent running the 5-3-2 to stop all the runs, track all the runs, and all that sort of good stuff. When do I change to this? This is my formation, which I'll change to when I play the 5-3-2, or I'm 3-1 down, 75th minute. I just want that more aggression, that narrow, try and catch them off guard, try and send all those men through the middle and see if you can go ahead and get those goals. It is a good formation. The way most people run it is having the fullbacks on balance or join the attack. You are going to concede goals on this. It is literally, I'll score more than you. That's kind of the tactic that we're looking at here when using this formation. Similar to the 4-4-2, we have the strikers on getting behind. However, the beauty of this formation to me is I love having the cam. The cam is so, so good. They're just always there in that right pocket of space to send those through balls in behind. Wait for the, you know, your Pogba, your Ribery, which I've got here, making those runs from in behind as well. So, you know, if you've got the ball here with Dybala, waiting for these runners, sending the Rashford on a run, you have all the time in the world. Your width comes from right back and the left back. You do have to use them, otherwise you are just going to be so narrow. You're never going to create too much if you don't use the width as well. So don't be afraid to sometimes lay the ball back to your fullback, come on that charging run forward, and then work your way back into the middle. If you can drag your fullback over here with the ball at his feet, make him pull a centre defensive mid out to you, then work it back into the middle, you have got so many options. They're going to struggle massively to stop, obviously, those attacks. All right, stay forward on the cam. Obviously, it's quite a counter-attacking formation, very good, very quick and direct, one-touch pass, first-time pass. stay forward, and having that kind of counter-attacking threat is very good. The middle CDM is my centre defensive mid, my more defensive-minded midfielder. Stay back while attacking on their cover centre. I do have them on getting to the box across, which can be a bit counterproductive, but because it is, for me, quite a counter-attacking, quick direct formation, occasionally I don't mind them having that kind of run. Right, and then cover centre on both the right centre mid and left centre mid. You can have cover wing. I've recently been trying cover centre. And then, as I said, for the fullbacks, we want them on balance. That's where our width comes from. We need them to be there. If you do have them on stay back, the formation won't be as good. You just need to make sure that you're using the fullbacks in that use. You are. I'm not going to go over this too much because this is the 3 at the back formation. This is what I'll use if I'm 3-0 down 60th minute. I'm getting absolutely destroyed by the opponent. I need goals. I need something to come out of nowhere. I'll use this to be my aggressive, get in their face and just try and score goals. It is ludicrous. I get so many comments on these videos about this particular formation. You are going to concede goals. It is a very high risk, high reward, but it's so hard for the opponent with a constant pressure, the team press, having all these men kind of in attack, that if you can just grab 2 quick goals, you can change back to a 4-4-2 and then be a little bit, obviously less likely to concede yourself. So just to run through the tactics, we do have the left mid and the right mid on get in behind. We have the strikers on get in behind. We have the Dybala, the Cam on stay forward. The one centre defensive mid on stay back while attacking cover centre. So you've still essentially got 4 people in defence, and then the left centre defensive mid on balanced there as well and cover centre. So they will get forward and offer you a little bit on that front. So those are what I'm using at the minute. People have asked me, am I using a 3-5-2? I don't use a 3-5-2 from the start. I've never really been too into that. My favourite formations kind of in that front is, I do like a 4-2-3-1, a 4-4-2. I put them kind of on par with each other. I prefer the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow over the 4-3-1-2 as a whole. But I think against the 5 at the back, the 5-3-2 specifically, the 4-3-1-2 works better than the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. All right, so that's the reason for that. But those are kind of what I'm running at the minute. As always, if you want to see how to use these formations in game with in-game examples, I've done plenty of videos on the channel on that. You're more than welcome to check them out and kind of get an understanding of what attacking patterns do we use, what do we look for specifically, and you are welcome to check them out if you wish to. Thank you all very much for watching the video. It is greatly appreciated. If you have any questions, pop them down below. More than happy to answer any questions you've got down on there. As I said, coming over to the Twitch stream, good place to get your questions answered as well. Thank you all very much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Bye-bye.